It's your boy Mozetti, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm playing and talking about a small indie horror game I found called Hills Homicide. I found this game through a YouTube video from Wallygug, I think that's how you pronounce it, almost a year ago, and wanted to play it. Hills Homicide is an indie horror puzzle game in the style of an 80s slasher movie. You can play as the Pale Grin, the mysterious killer wearing a clown mask. For each of his victims, you find creative ways to off them and bring forth justice. After every few kills as the killer, you also play as a detective trying to learn the motive behind each crime. First murder, you break into a home using a ladder to get into the window, and you see a sleeping man watching TV. You make your way into the kitchen and take his own knife and proceed to stab the victim 16 times. Then we go towards our next victim, break in and throw a radio into the lady's bath, electrocuting her. We then grab a bear trap and wait for the gardener to walk into the trap. After he breaks his fucking leg, we add insult to injury by taking the keys to the lawnmower and putting him out of his misery. We are prompted to break a window to a house. After getting in, we see our victim showering, so we take some matches and a gas can and pour gas into the boiler and then light a match on the person showering, and then showering them with fire instead. After the victim being baptized in fire,
I have been baptized twice. Once in water, once in flame.
We are taken into a cabin in the woods, and we use paint to cover the window so the man inside won't just start blasting away at us, and grab his chainsaw. We also break a bottle and hide in the outhouse. While the man investigates the sound, we hop out and pretend to be a lumberjack. We are then playing as Detective Brian Kowalski. As he arrives to the first scene to investigate the evidence, we take pictures of the window we broke in, the kitchen where we took the knife from, and the picture of the victim. After taking a picture of the victim, we see a file on the victim, and his name is Gordon Baker, with cause of death being 16 stab wounds and a criminal record of production and distribution of underage pornography and stalking playgrounds. Probably a good thing that guy died. Definitely a good thing. We also see some notes Detective Kowalski writes down about us taking the murder weapon from the house and it being a sadistic power move, while questioning if it was a random victim or a carefully chosen person, which, considering what was in his file, I'd say it was chosen, but whatever. Kowalski also notices the messages we wrote stating, "I am wrath." Back as a sadistic murderer, we seem to be outside of a cargo factory, and sneaking by the lights, we break inside using a crowbar and disable the alarms and find a nail gun and proceed to nail the security guard. We then head to a locker room and get told off by one of the jocks, so we go in the shower, steal some gear, and sneak past him and take a bar of soap and position the soap in bench and pull the fire alarm, which makes the guy showering run, slip, and break his teeth on the bench. We finish off the job with a swift kick and fight off the first jock, but utilizing the fact that we have a helmet on and he doesn't. We then sneak down a hallway inside of an office where a man is using a copier. After sneaking to the end, we grab a fire axe. We take him out at the copier that continues to do its job. We then jump to a haunted house and see our next two victims. We walk past a Scream wannabe that's taking a smoke break and just assumes we work here. After getting inside, we stop the track and head up to a ladder to lower the fan blade to kill our victims, but uh-oh, the power went out. So we have to go back up and fix the power and then continue on our rampage. After we play electrician, we snoop on more jocks that are upset that their buddies were killed, which honestly reasonable, but we're in the mind of a killer, so we don't care. After cutting the power to the building, we break in and make our way to the kitchen and decide to cosplay Captain America with a trash can lid and reflect the bullets of the first person, which I'm like 85% sure wouldn't work, but whatsoever. We walk upstairs and we see the last guy and some keys. We take the keys, go back outside, find a ladder, and we use the ladder to get into the attic, and then find a machete and take the ladder back outside to get on the outside wall where the guy is hiding, and with the strength of 1,000 fucking tigers, we stab bro in the back through an exterior wall of the house, by the way. Like, why is bro killing people with this strength? Like, he could have just joined the fucking UFC and won everything, but you know, it's whatever. We go back to playing as Detective Kowalski, investigating our burn victim from earlier, and see a ripped cloth from the window break, the boiler that smells like gas, and a body along with "I am retribution" written in blood on the mirror. We photograph the victim, Hank Wallace, who has a criminal record of drunk driving and arson, which these two really don't seem to be as extreme as the first one. It's like, yeah, arson's bad, but you could have just burned down the building and, you know, no one been in the building, so whatever. Kowalski's note states that we are creative and sadistic and enjoy killing, also stating that it seems like acts of revenge and wonders if we know the victim, while also asking if we think they deserve their outcome. Also stating that the ripped cloth comes from a janitor suit but no DNA was on it, so it looks like we live to kill another day. We then make our way to a lake and have to sneak past a guy on a boat. We sneak past the light and find a harpoon on the other side, and we sneak back under the boat and then shove the harpoon through the bottom of the fucking boat. What the fuck? How is this motherfucker this strong? Okay, so after that, we find ourselves at Bates Motel. We enter the main office and take some keys. We enter one room and take a coat hanger out of the closet and wait for our victim to fall asleep, and have to stop and turn off some car alarm. Once she falls asleep, we enter her room and proceed to stab her eyes out with the coat hanger. We then make our way to a diner and hide in a coffee cart. We remember the guy's looking pattern and inch closer and closer. We then proceed to cook his face into a nice medium rare. But, oh shit, turns out we burnt it. Oh well, nothing a cup of coffee can't fix, I guess. In the cornfield, we have to sneak through the corn to take the farmer's hoe to disable his bear traps he had placed. We walk past his hay bale maker and grab a pitchfork. We then start the machine to lure him to us, and we turn him into a haystack. Or hay bale. We then turn him to a hay bale, sorry. We then cut to seeing the detective, our victim, and us riding a bus, but the detective is lacking on his job, and our victim gets off, and we follow her while trying to not be noticed, so we stick to the shadows. After our victim gets scared and runs into a corner, we find a pipe and proceed to walk her down like we're Yuji Itadori. Where you go, I go. But oh shit, the detective caught us and tells us we're under arrest, but we tell him that we are death and sneak away. We go to playing as a detective looking into our cornfield victim and says we're on a warpath. After he photographs the victim, we see that Mr. Bill McSawyer has no criminal record. The note realizes that if the victim has no record, then that means we can't be a vigilante. Questions why the victim had to die and why we want revenge. He also states that we could return for the girl, Madison Carpenter, and that she'll get protection. We survey Madison and see an officer watching her. After grabbing a dog's chain, we take out the cop by choking him out. We head inside to find Madison and make it into her bedroom, and Madison jumps out of the closet, defending herself with a knife, but after missing 4 times in a row, she just gives up and makes a run for it. We Then we grab the oh so conveniently placed bat and throw it at her while she's running down the stairs, which makes her trip and break her legs and somehow die. We apologize to Madison and head off to a hospital. We enter the hospital and head into an information room to find where Dr. Hawkins would be. We find out he's a surgeon. We also head into a break room and see a wanted poster of us, so we tear it down before wearing some scrubs to make our way to the surgeon floor and grabbing a defibrillator. After grabbing the defibrillator, we unplug some poor sap's monitor to make him flatline and draw Dr. Hawkins into a trap. We shock him to death. And leave to head to a biker bar. After we cut the power and sneak in, we see who we're there for, spark up a cig, and order his boys to kill us. But after we use the perfectly placed knife, pool cue, and bottle, we take them out and pick up a crossbow and take down our target. We decide to play mannequin and stalk our next prey, a janitor, at the clothing store. We sneak through and find a sledgehammer and see our victim in a corner, but turns out we got duped and it's a mannequin and the building is now crawling with SWAT members. The SWAT members go to flashbang us, but we make our way out by sneaking through a vent. And then we have to sneak our way out while taking out some officers on the way. We make it outside of the store. We go to take out some more officers, and then we take one to be a meat shield and make our way out of a SWAT van that we steal and make our way out alive. Back as Detective Kowalski, we see the other officer in the car that was killed, and Madison with "I am sorry" written in blood. We also see Madison's knife that she tried to defend herself with in a group photo that has most of the victims in it. Kowalski learns that most of the victims went to West Pine High School or had a job there, and says that the school was burned down a year ago due to unknown reasons, while saying that everyone made it out alive except one janitor, John Wade, and that his body was never found. He also questions if the killer could be John Wade out on revenge, and if he blames the victims for his death. He also states that the school building still does exist untouched for a year, and that he's going to check it out. It then cuts to June 30th, 1982, and we play as John walking his way to the janitor's closet and see all of his victims in order that bullied him, talking about him except Madison, who was being nice. We make our way to the closet and see a pinup he has of Madison that's really fucking weird, and the mask. John states that Madison was his only friend, and then the jock sets a fire that was supposed to just scare us, but instead it burns the entire fucking school down, and they left us inside. It cuts back to the killer sitting in the closet reading the newspaper, and we hear a distant gunshot and set bear traps and grab a hammer to fight the detective. It cuts back to the detective shooting the lock and making his way into the school, evading the traps and seeing that the killer left out of the vent. The killer yells out that he's coming for us. We then take way too long to kill this fucker because I have a 60% keyboard, and to use the arrow keys I have to hold a button to use it, and then I go to click Z, I have to take my finger off the F key and the arrows to shoot him. After shooting him way too many fucking times.
Yeah, nigga. That's what I thought, bitch, nigga. That's what I thought, bitch, nigga. You want that fucking stick blicked on your ass, bitch ass nigga? What's up, nigga?
We have to go outside for higher ups to investigate, only to learn that the body is gone. And we see the killer peeking through a window. Now, this game was fun. It's a little over an hour and a half. It's pretty fun. And the dev team for this game also made a game called The Rain Man. If you guys would like to see that game, let me know. They're also working on a Happy Hills Homicide 2, and that will probably get another video out of me because, you know, I like this game. This has been the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys later to figure out if we have what it takes to be Brooklyn's one and only Spider-Man.